Hello, Mario! Well, let's get on with these finder diagrams. This is number 2 in this series of videos on finder diagrams. So let's get up to where we were last time and crack on. So what I've got here is the marks all set out like that. So the next thing I'm going to do here is get the boundaries all sorted. So we've got some work to do there. So first of all, I think I will go to the Home tab here and go to the Home tab here. That's right, we're still in paper space here, so we want to make sure we're in model space. Go to the Home tab and we're going to go to Layer Properties, and I'm going to create a new layer. Well, I'm going to create 2 new layers. One layer is going to be called Boundaries. And the other layer is going to be called, and I'm going to call that Occupation. And that will be the fences and things that go in the occupation. So the first layer I'm going to go into is boundaries, and I'm going to make the boundary line width in here, the line weight for the boundaries, I'm going to make that 0.6. Okay, typically we make boundaries 0.6 or 0.7, they're quite a thick line. And for the occupation, I've set up, that's going to be, the line weight's going to be the same, the default line weight, but the line type, so this is by setting by layer. I'm not going to go from a continuous line to a line here called fence line 4, which again has been set up like so. Fence line 4 goes in there like that. Okay, so let's just close that down now and let's start drawing some lines. So we can either go here for line, and you want to make sure that you've got this object snaps on here. Yes, we have, and the little green box there is the center of the little node symbol there like that. So that should go through into there like that, and put a line in there, and a line in there, and a line in there. These are the boundary lines. Now we should just go down in here and just have a look and see what's going on in there. Oh, now they're going in the survey marks layer because I didn't set my layer that I'm working on here to be boundaries. So that's what happens when they're boundaries, they go nice and thick. Now I can either click on here and change it to boundaries, or I can use this very useful tool here, the match properties tool there, and I'm just going to click on there and click on that one there, on that one there, and that's set up the boundaries. Now there's a couple of lines out here that we need to set up, and that's what I'm going to put in here. There, so I can just go L for line, and you'll see down here it asks me line, specify the first point, which is there. Now the boundary out there is shown on the plan as 281.57.10, but of course 281.57.10 is actually out here, so we've got to take 180 degrees off that. So if you remember, shift chevron, and then we'll go 101.57.10, 101 degrees, 57 minutes, 10 seconds. Enter. There's our angle override there, and I'll actually put the 2 dimensions at 97.863. Oh, and I haven't, of course, got in there that should be in the boundaries layer. So what I'll do is first of all I'll make the boundaries layer the current drawing layer, and then I'll just go to Home, just go to home, there's home there, and go to, use my Max Properties tool, which is really good there. Okay, and we've got one more to draw in here, so let's just put the line in here, line in down here, like so. Oops, now that didn't quite go according to plan. So alpha line this time, or you can use the graphical one there. Got an end point there, and put in the shift chevron post 4. It's going to have 192.0950. So 192 degrees 09 minutes 50. This is just coming off the control plan that was assigned with the, and that's with the assignment sheet handed out, and that's 57.776. Okay, that's there like that. Now the thing is here, that's got our boundaries in there, and all nice to scale. Just by way of illustration, if we come out here to our model space, we can see out here in model space, in here is our work that we've been drawing out there in model space, and that's been drawn out there like so. Perhaps, you know, we could zoom in a little bit, but that's to a 1-to-1 scale, and depending what we zoom in is what we go. So we could set down here our 5-to-1 scale, but that's the scale that we're working at there. Okay, so that's all nice and how it works. So some people prefer to draw in model space there. I just prefer to see how my plan's going, so I like to just draw it in my tab, in my viewport, in my tab, in the plan that I'm drawing. Now, what I want to do is I want to put fences. Now we know that the fences, these here, like so, are all there, and what I'm going to use now is a little command called copy to layer, C-O-P to layer, and says what it says: select objects on destination layer or the name. So if I just push enter, it'll give me a list, and I want to copy the boundary lines onto the occupation layer, duplicate them, in other words. Now it says specify base point, and I'm just going to go enter. And that, now what I should do, if I click here, I've got one line there and another line here, and that's in the boundaries layer, and then this one here. Oops, what's happened there? So that's varies, the layer varies there. I've got one line there, line. Okay, now I just want to go up to here. This little thing here is the pick add, and if I, at the moment I've got it so it'll click a variety of things, but if I just put there, it'll just click one thing at a time. So if I go there and click the first line, that's the one in the occupation. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go to here, quick select, and I'm just going to collect everything in the layer called occupation, and you'll see that it'll select all those there, and you can see that the line type there is by layer, and it should be fence line 4. Okay, and I'm just going to change the scale of that to around about 5. Right, I'm just going to change the line type scale to 5, so that it's, because at the moment you'll find that it's sitting behind there. No, and you can see the layers starting to be there, but it probably needs to be 10. And now you can see, oh, it could even possibly go to 15. And now you can see that the little fence symbols, the lines of the fence symbols, are popping out around the boundaries. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to I need more room if you can remember back, or perhaps I can turn that on. Here's my finder diagram here, which I've got over on my second screen. So I'll just transfer it over for a little while, and we'll have a bit of a look at that. You can see there that I've got a fence line out there, and that we need to bring this whole thing down a little bit, just to there. So what I'm going to do is go to here, and I'm going to unlock it, so make sure I'm in model space, and there's my little unlock there, and then the little pan thing comes around. So I'm just going to grab that, I've unlocked it, there's my little hand, and I'm just going to drop it in about there, which I think will be nice and handy, there like that. So I've got that. I can either push right click, enter, or the space bar, and that stops my panning. Make sure I've got my scale hasn't moved, and then I'm just going to lock it up again. And then I'm just going to change my layer here to occupation, and I'm just going to draw a little fence line out there. Now this is not to particularly to scale, but we know that there's a little fence line out there like that. Okay, and you can see that it's needs to be in that 15 scale, and there it is there, a little fence going out there. Okay, now we've got a couple of other things that if I just take this down to here like so, possibly just bring it over here a little bit, like that there, drop that in there, and there's my little finder diagram in here. Here's this one here, so we'll see we've got a few little things to add on, so I've just added those on. Now they're going to be in occupation, so I'm going to put the gate in there at some point, and then I'm going to add those little things in there and there. So let's draw this curb and channel in here. So I'm just going to put that over there out of the way. Okay, so I'm just going to draw a line in there. Go for line. I'll put it in, well, we'll see what layer it comes in. So I'm just going to put that down through there like that. At this stage here, put that down there, and I'm going to offset that at 200 mils. So I just go O for offset, and offset distance is going to be 0.2 because I'm working in meters, and then it says select the object you want to offset, which is that one there, and then the side you want to offset it on is in there. And there's my little bit of curve and channel. But as you can see, that's an occupation layer, I think you'll find, but we want it to be a continuous line. So I just select it and make it a continuous line, like there. And then from here, we've got some edge restraint in there. And again, I'm just going to put that line in there and just go from there probably to a right. See how it's that little right angles there for that snap there, and I'll do the same in here. Just put a line in here like so, up through there like so, and there's a little edge restraint in there. It's about 150 mils, so I'm going to offset there, and I'm going to offset 0.075. So I'm going to go 75 mils either side of these lines here, that side, and click the middle one, that side, and I'll do this one here while I've got that still. So click that, put that over there, in here, click that, put that in there, and then I'm going to delete that, delete, and I'm going to make that there continuous, like so. Okay, so it's just a matter of getting it how you want it. So that's the little edge restraint there. Zooming into here, it's going to go and delete there, and then make those there continuous. There's another way I can do that. Just looking at here, the other things I've got to do, I'm just going to put the gate in there, and then also put the gravel drive down in there. So I think we can put that away for a while now, and we can blow this up to full size here, like so. And there we go. So I'll just put the gate in there. What I want for this continuous, for this line here, I've got that set at continuous. I'm just going to use this traverse line here as the little dotted line. So I'm just going to put that in there. So just go line, and that's going to go from, and this is just approximate, it's not accurate in terms of its position and what have you. Just going to put that in there like that, like so. Okay, and that should be going in through there. Yeah, we could scale there. Could be 0.5. Could be a little bit more like that. And then I'm just going to copy that. CP for copy. Select the base point, and there like that. Put it over there like that. Okay, there you go. Match the properties, maybe put that in there and that in there, like so. So that's got all that detail in there. There's a couple of little measurements that I wanted to put in here. Oh, what's going there? That should actually be continuous. I forgot to change that. So that can be all continuous. That's better. So, like so. And then the other little thing is we wanted to put these things in here at right angles. And they're going to be in that layer there, which is the radiations layer. So it's very important that you select your layers. Okay, so let's just draw these lines in here, lines, and they're going to go from there, and there's a little right angle in there, and I'll draw another one here, line, repeat line there. I can use that if I just right click, and that's going to go, oh, come up in here. And that'll be at right angles there. So always handy to know, measure off the fence and what have you. And they need to be sent to the back to get under the wipeout that I've put in the little thing there. So I've got the single click, need to put double click in my pickad, and draw order, send to the back. Cool, that's in there. And the other little thing needs just a little right angle symbol. So yeah, there's a way of drawing that. So let's just go offset, enter. I'm just going to go 0.5. That'll be about half a meter. So it's going to select object offset, which is that one there. That's going to go there. I'm not having too much luck selecting this one here. I'll just select that there and put that in there, and I'll make both of these, that one and that one, continuous. Okay, and now I'm just going to trim them, so I'm just going to select, I'm going to trim them to fit to that line there, into that line there. So I'll just get rid of, oh, that's not going to work. Oh, that bit there will. Yep, and I'll just do trim. I really want to trim to that line there, and to that line there. So I'm going to get rid of that. Oops, Control Z. So I want to get rid of that bit there, and oh no, that's got to stay there because that's the mark. So that's just a little right angle symbol there, fitting in there like that. These here are a bit, I'm just going to use my match properties here. Those seem to be a bit on the big side, so I'm just going to match properties there. That's a bit better. Into there. That's all good in there. Okay, and that's flicking into there. And then I'm just going to copy this here, CP. So CP, enter, and that'll go in there like that. And now what I'm going to do is rotate it. So I'm going to select that and that, and I'm going to rotate it from about there, and then I'm going to use a reference rotate, R for reference. I'm just going to select that bit there, and that bit there is going to come round onto this line here, and that should, oops, it's rotated a bit too much. So let's rotate just back a bit. So rotate from there, and then I'll just do reference. So click that point there, that point there, and bring it back to there. Okay, and there are my two little right angle symbols. On the other thing I didn't put in there was the gate, which so I'm going to draw a line. I'll try and just do it freehand. So line, enter. It's going to go from there to all about there, and then across sort of at right angles to about there and back to there. And that's a continuous line as well. Typically that's a symbol for a gate. There's a double steel gate in there, and we'll make that continuous. By layer means it's just set by whatever the line type for the layer is. So it's set by layer up here for the line type. We can set it up in here for continuous, and like so. So that means it's set. It's over in there. If that's set by layer, it'll just go to what the by layer one is, down to there and back to there. So there's our little gate, like so. So that's pretty much all the line work done, really. This here, yeah, sort of, it's a bit wobbly in there, isn't it? I might just use my match properties here, just use that, just to hit those like that, which seems a bit better. Okay, so that's just getting in, just dropping this down here and pulling up the little find a diagram example. We can see that that's pretty much got all of the line work done. So what remains now is to do the text and to possibly put a little bit of photograph in there. Yeah, it all looks pretty good. Right, label it all up and what have you. We've got our scale there, 1 to 200, I think. So just checking on that. Yeah, 1 to 200. Might just bring it a little bit this way. So, you know, we make these decisions as we go along. Unlike there, just pan, just bring it a little bit that way, like so. Just gives us a bit more room in there. Yep, put it there, and yep, and then lock it up so it won't move. Okay, so now we've just got our text and stuff to do. So I'm just going to save it at this point. Very important that you save it as you go along. Quite often these files get corrupted and things there, so it's important that you save at regular intervals. So the next thing to do is to get it done up, and then we'll add the photograph. All good. Cheers. See you.